OKFM 101.7.
Na menya Ora Mensa Thompson woye executive director edema ASEPA ewa ahoma no so. Wopani memuachi eba ade achie bia dwumadie so. Na bibia boko de.
Nyamia ache.
Ye de nyamia. Ka kire Isaac se wo mfonyi no ode to social media na wonsesa no. Ai. Mene wo kasa no ode to a me se enti wonya Mensa Thompson picture bia ka we nko a. Bebre so ho. Kaya send the back or WhatsApp why no one says no. Because the other two no just won near bribi and what feel will see be I'm say Isaac.
Old picture Isaac. Picture too much.
Open too much. As I was Samukra ade. Okay, Mami chance ye nim say now ya press freedom rankings eba ye Ghana near that 30 ye 60. Enkrofo dodo no a edi ho nkomo a wo mo e kire wo mo adwene. Saying na sa ranking yi eba ye wo first thought eba wadwene na ye den ya.
You are asking charity and okay. I think that and idea degree and what where I sit after those such positions, you need a lot of the development partners. It didn't sit at home. When you do move, a lot of their planning, policies, and their programs yet towards countries are informed by some of these things. You are not surprised because already you are privy to some information behind the scenes that point out the development partners, the international agencies are not pretty much excited about what is going on in their country. And it's not just the press freedom functions. It was first the BBC report on press freedom in Ghana, and the U.S. Department of State Human Rights report, and they say RPF also, RSF also, every report on press freedom so Abeka. And it's a narrative. To say it has in the mind of the international community, global observers, international agencies, say Ghana are now the beacon of hope on the continent of Africa, the beacon of stability, the beacon of freedom and justice, peace and democracy. We are losing so much ground, and our press freedom credentials, our human rights credentials are not looking so. It is not so surprising, but it goes a very large extent to tell us why normal standing here for my and here just talking about just issues about democracy, governance, or press freedom. I'm talking about their content. If you are questioning, before any investment, most of the international investors, the first thing they look at your rule of law credential, i.e., freedom, press freedom. You look at the justice system, both your civil and criminal justice system. They look at your friend saying how fundamental human rights are seriously held. Because the person wants to understand say or running to a dispute justice from the local court. Once that slightest expression said that or my your money and the shema not a problem, not a dispute bar, mean justice for local court or finally become until they say per 20 reports the foreign direct investment are moving from an annual inflow of about 7.5 billion to about 2.5 billion in 2020. In 2020 record, 2021 and 2022 record my. But as of 2020, we've moved from $1.5 billion in road to about 2.5 billion. It shows us that the foreign direct investment is dropping at a very sharp rate. And all these things are attributed to some of these credentials. We are talking to you. Nancy, you have to financial a company bitterly about how Ghana has taken out of the capital market. As I say, mine, you call a buying and say, a my publishing for more and my deal. And no thing I buy for say I did 11 years. Said the bay of me in revenue because the combustion of person by my scanning deal. Now, and conform Beijing say, oh, the economy now, I say, and that's a problem that you see as the country and I'm a problem with. And here, it is not only about the economy, it's also about some of these things such as your press freedom and human rights credentials, issues of rule of law. Because at the international market, before they give out money, a big key is about the stability of the country. It is very essential. It's even more important to them than your economic indicators. Because at the end of the day, Omino Bosnia for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, they want to sure say Omino will be stable enough for the next 10 years to be able to repay off the but but if the stability in the country and the country is in a very stable position and government business is going on, so these are some of the things that you look out for to take a decision until but when there's the slightest indication say, rule of law or minor, press freedom, you have to check before her, then it creates the impression of uncertainty and instability, and it adds up your risk. Almost a general risk assessment of a country. It's not just the economic indicators. You look at some of these indicators. It shows you why Ghana state, our country is in a bad state. It is not only about poor economic management or mismanagement, but it's also about the clampdown on press freedom, the so-called, bias of the judiciary, or the so-called perception of bias of the judiciary, and a number of, violations, human rights violations that is going on, that is creating this murky image of Ghana in the mind of the international community. And for the past few months, I've had a lot of conversations with the international community, with international agencies, especially donors. We depend so much on donors to sponsor more activities and engagement. A lot of the protest organizations, Mufre Imani, Mufre IDEC, Mufre CB, Mumbisa, how donors are responding to Ghana now. You say, you're Ghana. If you apply for donors, the donors are telling you that their interest is not in Ghana anymore. They said Ghana, their attention is not on Ghana anymore. They are moving their attention elsewhere to neighboring countries. It's because of some of these things. It's making them lose interest in the country. Meanwhile, Ghana, a lot of the investments are in the early 2000s, mid 2010s upwards. We saw how much donors were putting into the country, government agencies coming to implement one project or the other, and they will say, open funding as program, Ghana. Donors in field because they've lost interest in the country, all these things. The problem is wider than we think. And I think if we look at it from the narrow sense of the politics of it, we may lose the actual important issues and the reasons why these things these reports that are coming out in the last few days are dangerous for the country, and we must all come together, hands on deck, and try to change the narrative.
Openyi obi beka say no ne ani honorable Yekojo Oponkroma twetwenkom Minister of Information e fa asemi ho and ochim say methodology a omo use ye previously we dey compare this one omo kra kan wo statement mean say different from the bia ba beka ho na ade ba ko ana eno so ka ho e ma so ti ye ne ye nsentrofo ye yakatua ye any akatua nkoye ye condition of service. Those things na affected no but first na sa de no mo emfa nka ho eti se bia ye ka se ye hwese o free aban no ana ye accuse you aban no a na ye anye fair because different methodology and na wo use from the previous ones no a Ghana ebeto 30 no say na wo hu asem yi
yo me my kind statement na Kojo Oponkroma Minister for Information the program. And it's nothing short of a disappointment. It's extremely disappointing. In fact, I respect Kojo Oponkroma so much. He's been on the front lines in this media business for a while. But what we not just entrepreneurs, but even activists and some of us who are also on the front line. Because in some training, a Minister for Information, ordinarily, the expectation is about a normal in some training, issues about press freedom and can you need problem? Because I said the human rights lawyer, president, and the general expectation is there. And issues of human rights there, can you need problem? Because that is now when you human rights lawyer, or you'll be about fighting for human rights, find them and say, oh, this are the height of the land manner, and call the issues of human rights. I could say, Kenya, a human rights lawyer as president. Now, so, the worst human rights review in the history of this country. A journalist as an information minister. Now, so, under his tenure, and he recorded the worst performance as far as press freedom is concerned. That's one way it should humble people like Oponkroma. Should then be sober and reflected to know what are we doing wrong. And so, what kind of administer for information? Then you wonder if this person really was a journalist or represents the profession. What kind? The opening, the introductory remark of the statement now, first, or attribute the worst performance of Ghana on press freedom to social media, unregulated social media, it is online activity, and contributing to this notion or this perception of no press freedom in Ghana. I don't know how much thank him. I could say social media bag 2021. Social media bag in 2021. 2021 again, Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, about 2021. 2015, 2016, 2014, now you're near better. That's not social media in Ghana. That's not social media in Ghana. And go online and go community. That's not fake news in Ghana. What kind of logic is this? Sure, we've received the worst ranking press freedom concern, and your expectation as Minister for Information is your social media online use online for regulating online in social media comments and are contributing to the drop in press freedom in Ghana. Are you kidding me? social media and na Ghana for social media. Prior to 2016, at the height of the Duruso period, was one of the worst periods before social media. We were all on social media at that time. Always. You do Mukamea in Saturday demonstrations for Twitter. Make so much noise. Did that affect our press freedom rights? What is Kodo Ofonkoma talking about? Again, Upa in the way now, I say, I was saying that the parameters for the rankings have changed. Woman did not be able to come, and I know it is only the economic context. And Ghana, young people, I could say, let's all admit, indeed, the parameters have changed. They've added a few more parameters, they've changed some of the frequencies. But as the country, the rank changed. Countries, their ranking, as the changed. Is there any country that is in this year's ranking that was not in the ranking 5 years ago or 2 years ago? The countries are the same, over 180 countries consistently being ranked. And if your press freedom fundamentals are good, it doesn't matter what parameters are used, because it's the same country. And we are ranked a democracy like Ghana on press freedom. Now, Ghana, escort poor. Now, a country like Burkina Faso under military dictatorship, escort better than you on press freedom rankings. Now, your explanation is that the parameters have changed, that you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You are being disingenuous and trying to massage the fact to portray a narrative that does not exist. Has Burkina Faso changed? So, what parameters did they use that parameters favored Burkina Faso and did not favor Ghana? What parameters? What parameters? Again, the third narrative, must face a government spokesperson, air track advance to really dilute the impact of these press freedom rankings about any press freedom for my say. But people there should be responsible journalism. People should be responsible. People should not spread falsehood. People should not do this. People should not do that. Irresponsible journalism. President Akufo-Addo addressed in Ebesha. President Akufo-Addo addressed in Ebesha. If people are being arrested, left, right, center, based on frivolous charges, now people are complaining now. We say people should practice responsible journalism. Because a journalist does something kind of irresponsible, a Chinese monfa bankable team, and as a monfa soldier for bono, and as a monfa police for question. So that is their justification for these attacks on journalists. Sir, we can claim me, that's we be once at the end will be accident, not a court or no, according to another personal opinion. At the end, I like any irresponsible journalism. You know, I was saying a police for control, and I said I was just for a day about a ball now. I was saying I can go for not social media. No, do attempt from an opinion because according to them, no, they would a word man away no irresponsible journalism. Who defines what is irresponsible journalism? What is the criteria? Is it people's habitual test to decide? Say, are they irresponsible into which part? Again, is it when we are having conversation about press freedom and promotion of the safety of journalists and a responsibility ever? And who say anything? Say, we've seen President 100% before. Wasn't there publication of false news? 100% at a mill. Was there no publication of false news? The publication of false news starts under President Akufo-Addo. And President Mahama. wasn't the publication of false news. Who was arrested? Who was beaten? Who was charged?
Mensa wedi ansa na wobekọ no waka media freedom ho asem kakra ene de wususu se esese aban no eye na ehwe se de be ya ye rankings no ye bekọ ye nimfi se ese aban ni take responsibility me da se ho na ansa na wobekọ no ye nim se wodi asem bi kọma astrage na ya te se wo mo ayiwa no efa investigations bi na opese wo mo ye efa area bi na wo ye allegation wo social media no reply ben wo mo de brewo.
Yes, I said last week you didn't come up or the show about you impeached Edema Shraj based on the Sewagi scandal. Now, it was just about Abayobia wo Amanonia or still no opinion because of the time for me if we need videos be a woman you know across for 85 macron for your debate energy no man a mark embassy for no money if you don't mind him and he not you did the allegations not by no name good so gentlemen now as a human rights organization it yes we do team at the command charge the motion use of abuse of say no clear the seed or my penny in my body one or nearby on any allegation by one day throw or my penny so meaning yes motion money and who in the bria meaning I did a shot and now no and we quad on the attack a fish badger spray yes almost application of now master say for investigations due cause or any access to information found by my party. It's just to acknowledge that or master say investigation. Now, and the idea the question is the master. Because of the interest in this matter and the seriousness of this matter, or more expedited the investigative process. Now, Ghana put them and no cry because you see we have this cloud hanging around the president. The campaigning and about the or the national security for and that cannot be cleared until the proper investigation has been conducted into the matter. The best charge for we can't continue to have this cloud hanging around the neck of our president. And he and Menimuya no na you know the na Ghana Union so akoma for mo yem sense some say no credit no cra na mo be na osi tu for mine and no cra so abayo no and na mo be na o say the faso say one make it allegations which we man so all these issues yes say shrug everyone we put it to the be you know cloud na so na a chomp penny who here you know, there would not buy rock or check now at the national security for what in that will come to some conclusive end.
Open ye bedansi bebre.
You are correct.
Midasi. Oron Mensa Thompson, the executive director, the ASEPA na yaneno achishin komo. Ye couldn't
OKFM 101.7.